today we're going to be making lemon lime bars from the Kosher by Design Kids in the Kitchen cookbook. I already have my crust in the oven and it's going to beep soon, so we're going to take it out and we're going to continue making the filling. So, first, let's get started making the filling. The first thing that we need to do is to crack 5 eggs into a mixing bowl. So I'm going to crack the eggs. Egg number 1. Egg number 2. I'm not quite sure why it has a hole in it, but not sure if you guys can see that. There's egg number 2, if it's going to crack. If I can get it to crack. Egg number 2. Egg number 3. Egg number 4. And egg number 5. The next thing that it tells us to do is to whisk the eggs until they are bright yellow. So I'm going to whisk them, and then after I'm done handling the eggs, one thing you should do after handling raw eggs is you should always wash your hands. So the mixture should be turning bright yellow if the eggs are going to whisk. And when I'm done, I'm going to wash my hands and we will continue making the filling. Alright, so I think my eggs are pretty well mixed. Now that I washed my hands, we also took the crust out of the oven. It's a golden brownish color. There's what it looks like. And we're going to put the filling that we're making on top of it. And now let's continue with the filling. The first thing that we need to do is add 1 3/4 cups of sugar. So I have my 1 cup, and I'm going to pour the sugar in. And we're going to be adding that into our egg mixture. Here's 1 cup of sugar. And now I'm going to need 3/4 cup of sugar, which I'm going to add all 3 of the next ingredients into the egg mixture. Have my sugar. The next thing that I need to add is I need to add 6 tablespoons of flour. So I need to find my tablespoon and get my flour. And I'm going to scoop the tablespoon into the mixture, into the flour, and pour it into the mixture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more, 6. So the next thing that I will need to add to our mixture is I will need baking powder. I need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So here's the 1 teaspoon, and I have my baking powder right here. I'm going to scoop that into my baking powder, dump that in, and now I need to whisk again. Whisk my mixture again. This is going to be a lot harder because it's going to make it thick, and it's kind of hard. It's all kind of getting stuck in the whisk, as you can see, and then it's getting the eggs make it wet, and then the dry ingredients that we added. It looks a little like yellowish golden, the same color that cookie dough turns. It's a bit what it looks like. This is what the batter looks like. Need to mix it a little more. I can still see some flour clumps in there. I'm going to try to get as much of it off of this as possible. And it got off pretty well. Now, what I need to do is, the next thing that I need to do is roll the lemon and the lime on the countertop to release the juices. So, I have, right here, I have 4 lemons, which I'm just going to put those into my bowl. And then I have 1, 2, 3 limes. So, need to roll it onto my countertop. I'm going to move this mixture just so you can see. I'm going to roll it around to get all the juice out. Okay, so now I am rolling my last lemon. I'm going to put that right there. The next direction says to hold the microplane, which is this. It's like a cutting thing. You rub the lemon or the lime on it to get zest out. And you need to hold it over the side of a grater, which has holes. And you need to put it on top of the egg stuff. So I'm going to rub it like that on the egg stuff. I need to get the zest from half of a lemon and zest from half of a lime. When I see the white layer, then I need to stop, and then I can whisk in the zest with the rest of my mixture. So I'm going to hold this over top. I'm going to take this lime and I'm going to rub this half on top until I start to see white. I'm having a little trouble with this. So it's starting to get white. So I'm going to put that one off to the side, and I'm going to try to dump it into the bowl. It's not wanting to work very well. I might have to figure out another way to get this off. Alright, so we were having a little bit of trouble getting the zest off of the grater, and we figured out a new way to get the zest off the grater by poking a toothpick in all of these little tiny holes that you can see right here. So I'm going to do that to try to get all of the zest out of the grater so that it can get into our mixture, so that it doesn't just taste like bland cake with bland mixture. It can actually taste like lemon lime mixture and not just bland cake mixture. That would not be very good, would it? I think we are almost done here. Have a little bit of lime zest left on this grater. Just a couple more holes that I need to poke through. Get the zest out. And now I'm going to scrape some of the zest off the tooth with the toothpick. I'll try to bang it once more. And as you can see now, we've gotten most of the zest off. The green zest. Now I'm going to get the zest out of the lemon. And we're going to use the same technique with the toothpick to get the zest off of the grater. It's kind of hard because I'm trying not to tip this bowl over here with our mixture in it. Have to have a tight grip on this so that you can press down on it with the lemon. The lemon's still a little yellow, so I'm going to rub a little more. Now scrape some off the top of the lemon, some off the bottom of the lemon. So now, okay, so I think we have enough zest. I'm starting to see the inside of the lemon, which means I went a little too far, but it should be fine. If you come close, you can see that there are chunks of the zest coming out of the grater. And I'm going to poke the chunks with my toothpick and put them into the mixture. you noticed I am using a different toothpick than the toothpick that I used for the lime. That is because we wouldn't want to be too much lime zest and not enough lemon zest. If we use the same toothpick, it would taste like lemon and lime, which is the point, but we might have had too much lime zest and not enough lemon zest. Even though I think we have more lemon zest than lime zest, because we were having a lot of trouble getting all of the lime zest off of the grater. We were having trouble. So now that I have finished getting all of our lemon zest off, we need to do the next step. Our next step is to cut with a sharp knife, cut the limes and the lemons in half. And then once we're done with that, we're going to squeeze all the juice into this small metal bowl. And that way we would be able to see if there were seeds. So first thing I need to do is to cut the limes and lemons in half. So there goes lemon number 1, and I'm going to put the halves off to the side. Lemon number 2, which is very thick. I think I cut with the wrong side of the knife. There we go. Lemon number 2, lemon number 3, lemon number 4, and now we have our limes, which we will also need to chop in half. We have one lime. I think I did the wrong side of the knife again. This lime is not wanting to cut very well. Finally got that lime cut in half. The next lime, these limes are harder to cut than the lemons. Probably because they have more seeds. Or maybe because they have thicker skin. I think the lemons have thicker skin, actually. That lime was a lot easier to cut than the first one. And this last lime that I'm going to cut, or that I have. Alright, now I'm going to move my bowl up in front of me. First, I'm going to squeeze all of the lime juice. Their skin is very, very, very hard. And I'm not so sure how I'm supposed to get any juice out. And I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to get any juice out. Alright, so now that we have squeezed the limes that have very thick skin, we're going to do the limes that have thinner skin and more juice. So, I'm going to squeeze as much juice as possible out of these limes. These limes don't seem to have that much juice, but I did realize that if you squeeze the corners, you can get a lot of juice out of the corners. That's where all the juice went, since we rolled it around, so that it wouldn't spray us with the juice. Alright, so that piece is done. The next lime half, this one has enough juice in it, making my hands all limey. Very sticky. I'm going to wash my hands as soon as I'm done squeezing these limes. The lime juice, I would have thought it was going to be green, because it came from the lime, and the lime is green. This lime half had a lot of juice in it. And here's our last piece of lime. Ooh, that one has a lot of juice too. I think I'm getting more juice on my hands than in the bowl though. But I'm definitely going to have a lot of lemon juice, because lemons are very easy to squeeze, because they have soft skin. These limes have very hard skin. So, it's very hard to get all the juice out of them. Alright, now on to the lemons. Lemons have the most seeds in them, though. I'm getting a lot of lemon juice. I think it's going to taste more like a lemon tart or lemon square than a lime square because there was not a lot of lime juice, and so far from that one half of lemon, I got more juice than I did from all of the limes combined. So maybe I have had a lemon lime square before, but it probably was like this. It had more lemon and tasted just like a lemon because the lime you couldn't taste because there wasn't enough of its juice. I think that makes a whole lot of sense. There's still some juice left. So I am just finished squeezing the last of the lemon juice. As you can see, it's mostly lemon juice, not a whole lot of lime juice. The lemon juice is yellow, like the lemon. So now I'm going to try to get into the bottom, scoop out all of the seeds, and I'm going to get a little bit of juice. But I have to try to get all the seeds out because we definitely don't want seeds. I think it's just going to be easier if I use my fingers because I can feel them, and I can't feel them with the spoon, so I'm going to try to get out all of the seeds with my fingers. I have to make sure that there are no seeds left because if I bit into a lemon square and I had a seed in it, I would not like that. And then I would never eat any more lemon lime bars, even though they're one of my favorite treats. I'd be scared that I would eat another seed, because seeds do not taste good. Okay, make sure there are no more seeds left. Oh, I still can see some seeds. There's lots of seeds. The very seedy lemons. I don't think I got any seeds out of the limes. I wonder if the seeds from the lime, I wonder if there are seeds in the limes. When I squeezed them, it didn't really look like there were any seeds from the limes. So, and I didn't see any seeds in the lime halves. So that makes me think that there might not be any seeds inside of the lime. Oh, now I just remember something that I learned in the first grade. That a lime is a fruit, right? Right. A lime is a fruit. So, and it can't be a fruit unless it has seeds. So that makes me rethink that a lime has to have seeds. So, but we just probably couldn't see them. They might have been inside, but the limes were a lot harder to squeeze than the lemons. And I didn't get much juice out of them. So maybe the seeds were inside of them. The lemons got all ripped up and stuff when I juiced them. Alright, so now I have all my seeds out. This is what my juice looks like. It's all yellow. There's a couple little bits of pulp. Oop, there's another seed. Like I said, we gotta make sure we get all of them out. Just gonna feel around to make sure there's no more. There is no more seeds left. So now I'm going to pour the juice into my other mix. And it's kind of forming a big water pool, or juice pool inside the mix. You guys can see what it looks like. Formed a big puddle. And now I have to whisk it again. It got kind of thick it's getting kind of thick, but it's getting less thick now. And all the thickness is not going well with this liquidy. It's like part of it's turning liquidy, but part of it's still really, really thick. So I'm gonna have to whisk it as best as I can. Make sure that it's just in the middle of being watery and thick. See how, the way I can tell that it is still thick is that when I hold up my spatula, which it's not thick anymore, but I can feel it thick because it's still heavy to mix. But the way I could tell it was thick before was when I did this, there was still a lot of stuff on it, and it didn't all just drain out. Alright, so now I think my mixture is, my filling is mixed well enough. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. It turns sort of a whitish color, and It has some like bubbles in it. Now I'm going to bring my pan of crust over, and we're going to pour the mixture on top. So, I'm kind of scared because I'm not sure if it's going to make it soggy or not. And I'm going to kind of try to pour it all over the place, get the rest of it. Make sure it's completely covered, and yeah, now I'm done. Our mixture is very jiggly. If you watch, when I shake it a little, it's all bouncy and it moves around. I need to bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes until the mixture does not jiggle anymore. So I'm going to open the oven up, and I'm going to put our lemon lime bars in. And I'm going to close up the oven. And now I'm going to set a timer for 23 minutes. And I'm going to let that cook. When I get back, we're going to cover our lemon lime bars in powdered sugar, and we're going to cut them up, and I'm going to taste them. So I have taken my lemon lime bars out of the oven. I baked them for 23 minutes on 350 degrees, and we let them cool for about 1 hour. And now it's time to put powdered sugar on them and to cut them, and we're going to taste them. So I have this sift here with it's about 1/3 of the way full with powdered sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle some on top of my lemon lime bars, a little bit everywhere. And now I'm going to cut them into squares. And I'm going to taste one. I'm not sure how they will taste because I have never made these before. And also, I have a thing to get them out in case they don't come out easily. And I'm going to be cutting them into squares. If they were in circles, they would not be bars. That would be odd for a bar if it was a circle. So now I'm going to cut them again across. And I'll finish cutting them later, but I'm going to take one out and taste it first. I'm going to scrape the crust off, or scrape the crust out to get it out. So now I have one of my squares out, and it has powdered sugar on top. You can see the crust on the bottom is kind of hard and it's golden brown, and then on the top it's sort of yellowish. I'm going to take a bite and tell you what it tastes like. It's really good. The bottom is really crunchy and the top is gooey, and it tastes a lot like the lemon and the lime. And I did not think I'd be able to taste the lime in the lemon lime bar because the lime zest was not working very well, and neither was the juice, but I can actually taste both flavors in it. It's really good. I hope you enjoyed my video about the lemon lime bars from the Kosher by Design Kids Cookbook. I personally really enjoyed them, and I enjoyed making them. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Peace!